Hi, I'm Rob McLean with Hydra Hot Tubs and Pools. So you're looking for a pool. You want an above ground pool in your backyard. First thing you want to do, you got to make sure you have access for the grader to get here. You see this is a really wide gate. It's at least 10 or 12 feet, more than enough. You need to have at least 8 foot. If your gate is not at least 8 foot, you may have to take down a fence panel or a post so you can get the grader in there. Next thing you want to do is we're going to have sand delivered for the pool installation. You can have the sand delivered anywhere, whether you want them to dump it in your driveway, off to the side in front of the fence, or if you can get the dump truck back, you want to get them back in the pool site, but you don't want to own the pool site, just off the sides of the pool site. That's where you want to have the sand delivered and dropped at, and from that point, we can begin the show you how to measure for a pool. We are here to go over where we're going to put the pool at for a customer. First thing you want to do if you're planning on buying an above ground pool is call 811. You want to go ahead and have all your lines marked, your electric lines, cable, phone lines, septic lines, any of that stuff. We need to know where that's at ahead of time. Now we're at a customer site right now. We're going to help him determine where his pool's at. He's already called for 811. Everything's on the other side of the house, so we're good out here. Nothing out here. So what we're going to do is we're going to show you how to measure for a 24-foot pool, assuming that's the size you're going to get. And I'll call in my lovely assistant, Jason. What we want to do is we want to find the center of the pool. There's going to be our center. For the pool wall, you want to go out 12 foot. And then you're going to walk around a big circle and you can spray paint. That shows you where your pool wall is. Actually though, what you want to do when you're measuring, go 2 foot further. So for a 24, I want to go 14. I'm going to make a 28-foot circle. Now I'm going to walk this area. This is spray paint out here. That shows you where your pool wall is going to be, or where the grading is going to be. Once you've done that, you know the area everything's going to be in. If you're doing an oval, however, it measures a little bit differently. For an oval, let's assume you're having a 15 by 30. You measure your width. If it's 15 foot, you want to go about 18 or 19 feet for your width. And then you mark the width, and then you go for your length. If it's a 30-foot length, go about 33, 34 in length. That way we make sure we have plenty of room for the grader to grade. We're talking about where we want to put a pool at. Customers all the time call and say, hey, I want you to come tell me where you would put the pool at. Well, it's your yard. It's really a matter of what you want. There are only a few stipulations here that we can't put it on. Number one, we can't put it on top of electrical lines, septic lines, and places like that. Other than that, it's really up to you. If you have stumps, you want to try to avoid those, or keep in mind the stumps have to come out of the ground. That could be an additional charge with the grader, but we can do it for you. Any large boulders, same thing. You want to just make sure you don't have that stuff in your site, or if you do, keep in mind there will be additional charges. We're talking about building an above ground pool in your backyard. What we want to do is, once you had your site measured out, when the grader gets here, what he's going to do, he's going to come into your backyard with his bobcat, he's going to grade the pool site, push all the dirt off to the side of the site. You can have the grader move this dirt somewhere else if you prefer. Just tell him when he gets there. If you want him to pile the dirt off to the side of the pool, he'll do it, no extra charge. If you'd like to have all the dirt moved and put back in the woods, no problem. You just ask the grader, he'll do it for you. Depending on how far the run is, it could be a little bit additional charge for that. Also, once he gets it all leveled out, we're going to assume we have our sand pile sitting right back over here. The grader's going to go scoop that sand pile up. He's going to bring it and place it right back in the middle of our pool site on a round pool. On an oval pool, he'll be putting 2 piles, one on either end of the pool. Now keep in mind, he will not be able to get every bit of that sand up. There is going to be some remaining sand there on the ground, so wherever it's placed at, just remember that. So when you have the pool graded, keep in mind the pool, once it's complete, needs to be backfilled. So if the grader has the dirt on the outside of the pool site, it's a little bit easier to get to. If you have it piled up off to the side somewhere else, you're going to have to go probably wheelbarrow that dirt back in, or have some type of equipment to bring in to move that dirt. So remember, you will need dirt to backfill a pool. One more thing to remember also when it comes to building an above ground pool, Mother Nature is a big factor in what we do. If it's cold weather like it is earlier in the season, or if there's a lot of rain, that could affect our timeline. So if you're on the schedule and you think you're getting installed this week and it's raining every day, guess what? It might be next week. Power lines. You do not want your pool to be underneath a power line or even close to a power line. Another thing to keep in mind is downspouts on the side of a house. You want to keep, whenever you place that pool, if you have a downspout coming towards your pool, you want to at least divert it away from the pool, because when it rains, that water's going right in that pool site.